Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Flex here. So I had a viewer reach out to me asking a question that was really good about my last video on macros. And their question was not something that I covered in my video because I do not push to you guys anything about counting calories. Now their question wasn't essentially, do I count calories? But it does have something to do with it. Now, there's a reason why I say don't follow calories, don't track calories, don't worry about calories in general. Okay, if you utilize a site like MyFitnessPal, yes, it will show you what your calories are that you are supposed to be hitting, quote unquote, for your plugged in numbers, and or it'll show you what you have for the day. Now, I do not want you guys to follow this for one main reason. Unless you are eating the same stuff every single day, the same measurements, the same weights, it's always going to be different and it just becomes tedious, okay? The main three to focus on is protein, fats, and carbs. All right, those are the building blocks of everything that you are setting up. Now, they asked if I'm eating on average, say 3,000 calories a day, and I'm going about my daily routine, my job, walking to work, or I'm walking, doing this, I'm doing cardio, and I'm working out. Say I burn off 500 calories. Do I need to implement more calories into my diet? Essentially, do I eat 3,500 calories? Or do I still stick with 3,000? Now, if you're burning off 500 calories from everything that you do in a day, do you want to add more if you're cutting? No, you don't. And the reason for that is when you're losing weight, you want to be in a caloric deficit. A caloric deficit allows you to lose weight. Setting your macros up the proper way will allow you to be in a caloric deficit already. The fact that you're burning off calories, okay, that's a good thing. It's basically calories in versus calories out. You don't want to add more because you want to lose weight and shred. Now, it might seem like a good idea to add those calories back in, but if that's the case, you're essentially undoing all your macro setting. Now, if you're maintaining and you have, say, 3,000 calories a day and you're burning off 500, you want to focus a little bit on your calories because you want to get to a point where you can maintain your current status, your current body weight, your muscle mass, not lose, not gain, but just maintain exactly where you are. Usually when that happens, you are down really low in carbs and you are in a cut ripped phase, okay? For that, I cannot tell you what your numbers will be. I cannot tell you what your calorie intake will be, okay? You will have to plug those numbers in and see what works best for you and your lifestyle and goals. And anybody who tells you that they can just give you a random number is blowing smoke up your rear, okay? So that is something where you have to monitor calories a little bit to get an average of where you need to be to maintain. And what works good for that is carb cycling system, okay? And I've talked about in another video. So if you need information on that, please be sure to check it out. Now, what if you are bulking? Would you need to have more calories? Well, if you set your macros correctly, you'll already be in a caloric surplus, okay? So if you're burning off 500 and say you're consuming at that point 4,000 calories, you'd be essentially eating 3,500 a day because you're burning off 500. Would you need to eat 4,500? That sounds like a good idea because you're bulking and more is better. Well, if you have your macros set correctly, you're already in a caloric surplus, as I said, and there's no need to, okay? So whether you're cutting, maintaining, or bulking, you do not need to add in what you're burning off. Essentially, either way, if you have your macros set up properly, will allow you to lose weight or gain weight effectively. Okay, so that was a very good question. That's the reason why I do not push it, and that's the reason why I did not put it out there in my last video. But I'm glad that you asked because it made for a good informative video, and I'm sure others were wondering as well. Now, another thing I want to bring up in this video is people, I need you to realize something here, okay? You do not have to be so anal about hitting these numbers, okay? If you're supposed to have 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 100 grams of fat every day, and you try and try and try, but no matter what you do, you can't just get it dead on that number. You are allowed, within reason, to be 5 to 10 grams under or over your carbs, okay? Your fats, and as I've said before, protein, if you are 200 pounds, at least try to get 200 grams of protein, okay? If you can't hit it to get 300 grams of protein because you do 1.50 times your body weight, then that's okay, all right? But at least try to get as close to that number as possible for protein and your fats. Your carbs, you can have a little leeway with that. Now, your fats, you can too, but essentially what you're doing, especially if you're doing a cut, is you are getting your body used to not having carbs the lower that you go, so that you start using your fat as your fuel source, okay? And you load your body with protein so that you hold on and retain your muscle mass and continue to grow while shredding all the fat off, all right? That's the essentials of this entire diet, all right? If you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them in a comment below. Your next question, comment, or idea or thought could be my next video. If you're not a subscriber and you like what you hear and see in this video, as well as my others, if you check them out, please consider subscribing. I'll be posting how-tos, informational videos, and helping everybody answer their questions along the way. I hope everybody has a great day, stay blessed, and have a great day, Fit Fam.